What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and we're back. This is more Age Mythology retold action. Spawning in the top of the map, playing in the blue color as Uranus. His name is Kimo. In the bottom side of the map, in the red color, playing as Odin. It is AC. The map is Giza, as I'm feeling like I have not got the right... What is AC's name? I'm trying... I can't find it. At least I can update Kimo, so he's going to go over to be the French flag. But I can't... I don't know... Is it AC the Great? No? I'm just... It's not there. No. It's fine. No flag for AC the Great. He is from Turkey, so apologies where that's concerned. Oh, now it's changed to a lowercase a for some reason. I give up. I give up. It's fine. All right, let's talk about the map. I'm sorry about all that. We're a professional here. We're running a professional ship, a tight ship, and all the other good stuff. So, AC is one of the players who barely kind of clipped through, I believe, into the group stages here. And he's going up against Kimo, who did manage to win the second qualifier, I believe. So he is on an absolute tear with these sort of competitive tournament games at this point. He's at a very, very high level himself, and definitely one of the favorites to get very far in this tournament. I'm very excited to see Kimo taking on some of the very tough competition that is that is resting somewhere around in the Age of Mythology universe. Relics on the map, we've got that Bridal of Pegasus there. Over on this side, we've got that Ankh of Ra. Up here, we've got Demeter's Throne. Down onto this side, we've got Black Lotus. There's some decent relics here, and we'll see exactly which way Kimo's going to be going for. He does decide to go through Prometheus here. Particular little villager of AC says it is well worth this villager's idle time to wander forward, shank this oracle, and take it out. Will it get it, though? Answer is yes. Oh, no! Shockwave! Shockwave down, Tango down, oracle saved. Well, there's the classical age. We're also going to be seeing the Freya coming through here from AC as well. And an immediate Valor onto the Oracle, as all the Oracle's going to get brought back home. Counter barracks, military barracks coming through as well. And really the question that is going to be running through AC's mind for the entirety of this game is... or at least it should be, is when do the myth units start coming? When does Uranus start spamming out Prometheans? Or Satyr? Or Stymphalian birds? Or anything else? So we do see one hero citizen just going to get a lot of ignored time there. Oracle on this position also can get sniped down. This very low HP Oracle. You see how... quick, Kimo says, I'm just going to pull that back away. I don't want that one to die. No, but Valkyrie's not anywhere close. Valkyrie will be coming in. There is a Valor, and he does drop it down onto that one as the Valkyrie goes, no, I wanted to kill it. Not going to be happening. It's very fast theft to fire coming through as well for Kimo in this game, as he wants to get that economy sorted. But this does mean he's going to be investing a lot of favor not in onto Prometheans, but in onto Valors, onto the citizens. Very expensive. This God Power Valor, very cheap to start off, but the more you use it, it starts getting very expensive very, very quickly. As the Longhouse going to be coming up for AC onto this position. House also coming through as well. More houses coming down onto the front as Kimo just going to be staring out at this position. There's not really a time for him to push forward just yet. Remember, he doesn't have that cheap shockwave. So if he wants to use shockwave, he's going to have to drop it down for the cost of 15 favor. It does start getting very expensive very, very quickly. There's a Valor getting dropped down onto the Murmillo. He's not using it on the citizens. He's only got 2 hero citizens, I believe. Wait, does he even? He got 2 hero citizens. So that Theft of Fire, very expensive. Only really going to be paying itself off in a small way so far, as the army of AC starting to move into the center of the map. Citizens over onto this position, starting to get taken out. Villager retreats, does get into the town center. Not the town center, the tower there. No problems, as raiding cavalry just continue to push forward here. There will be a Valor to drop down here if necessary, as Kimo says, I don't care about your flaming, your forest fire. I'm going to fight here, no problems. As the raiding cavalry come through, Catapulti going to get taken out. These citizens over here need to get pulled back. This Catapulti is just taking out so many raiding It's so strong. Ladies and gentlemen, build your Catapulti. They will pay off. As we see a Murmillo raid now coming through onto this wood line over here. One villager getting caught out of position will end up getting sniped out, and AC says, all right, I'll shank. We'll shank that one. As the rest of the villagers are going to be making a bit of a break for it here. Kimo goes after the ox cart, going after the villager as well. Can he snipe that one? No, he gets into the tower. As the Valor is just continuing to come through here for Kimo on cooldown. He's just like, every single Valor, we're just going to keep using it. 4 oracles out at this point. He's got a sky passage down on the other side of the map, grabbing gold. Stay up. Now coming through for Kimo. Very, very quick here. This will give somewhat of a timing over to AC to make something happen. He's got a very large military advantage here. Going to be dropping another longhouse. I don't think he's got an armory, so he's got no sort of inkling to go to the next age here. Thea, while it does give access to Hesperid's Tree, which does give those dryads, there's not really enough favor in the bank or favor income at the moment to really get those Stymphalian birds out. But those dryads will be a big, big help moving forward. Oracle on this spot does get missed over there. Still dropping those Valors down. It's already up to 9 favor a cast here. But again, I mean, you're getting, at the moment, Kimo's getting 20 favor per minute. So that's kind of paying for the Valors in a big way. So it's not really losing any favor at this point. That's the raiding cavalry still searching around. There's another Oracle over here he can go for. And he does spot it. Kimo's going to be retreating, but too little too late. That's a raiding cavalry spot. Get the surround. Shockwave. Another shockwave to save the Oracle, but not going to save the Oracle at all here. As he manages to snipe it and get out with without a single loss there. Throw an Axeman in to take out those Catapultis incredibly quickly on this position. We see some houses in the center of the map getting taken down as Kimo now says it's time for cavalry. That's the Promethean offspring going to be getting sniped down over here. And we'll see if Kimo can get in here and get some serious damage done or not is the big question. Or AC, excuse me. Already going up for bronze armor. Super fast on that one. There's so many units at his doorstep here. There's one barracks going down over onto this position. We are seeing some raids coming over here. That Stymphalian bird will be very, very annoying. You also have to remember that Kimo is on this gold mine. Completely safe. The units on this position do end up getting sniped down as Kimo not paying attention. Throwing Axeman going straight after that Stymphalian bird here. As Kimo retreating back. It's take a while for Throwing Axeman to take this thing out, but he's going to be able to take it out nonetheless as finally we're starting to see that Poseidon's secret tech coming in. Military barracks coming up onto the back position here. And AC has to be thinking just a little bit. I mean, he already knows. He's got to be pushing Kimo off of this gold mine. So he does send some raiding cavalry back. It is somewhat important to kind of send all your units onto that position as the Contarius are out. And if you only send a handful of raiding cavalry here, you know, your opponent might have a whole bunch of units in their main base and they can just pop out and defend. As the Contarius now into the main base, going to be taking out these villagers. Will Kimo see this or not? Kimo coming through with his own citizens to shank down the raiding cavalry. Does decide to bail. As in the main base, though, the Contarius are getting some serious value here. AC not paying attention. He loses so many gatherers on this spot here. As he pulls back into the town center, he's going to now start finally being able to get a little bit of damage. But Kimo, he's just not caring about this town center in the slightest at the moment. So one Contarius gets taken down. Valkyrie's going to be charging after these bad boys here. We even see one hero Contarius to come through to get a lot of value on this spot. We see another one getting converted here. Random villager is going to get smacked down very quickly. A couple of other heroes coming through to take out these Valkyrie on the back, but AC is still getting distracted by this. In the main base, we're seeing more Contarius starting to come through. More reinforcements here. It's going to be really, really big. As in the center of the map, though, AC is on this gold mine. This Valiant Bird finally getting sniped down. But the Contarius, they're still getting value inside of the main base of AC as Kimo is slowly but surely finding a serious advantage here. It's the raiding cavalry on this side also getting sniped down. And all these myth units are also just getting cleaned up. All of the units of Kimo do fall, but I think the economic damage, as you see at the top, is very, very apparent. Now, all of those thrown action are looking very, very silly against all of these Contarius. The Contarius get bonus damage versus them at 1.5x. Big shockwave onto these units, onto the back there. Frost going to be coming through from AC, but at this point, and how he's going into Berserks, he needs some counter cavalry units right now. Absolutely. He's getting out some Goaty as well. Valkyrie's coming through, but after these units melt from the Frost, as we see Kimo's like, I like this position before, let me come back over here. I like this position as well, let me come over there. The population differential is still it's kind of close. Military advantage is in the favor of AC, but the unit quality, I'm not 100% sure. As Kimo has run out of gold for the time being, he's got a market coming up so he can sell some of that. His Sky Passes is going to be back up onto this position, so he's going to be able to grab that gold mine again. So raiding cavalry moving down to this bottom position, looking for what's going on over there. Just scouting out, trying to find everything over here. Yeah, some sort of an inkling that something is going over onto this gold mine. Obviously, that gold mine there is the only sort of gold which Kimo can be grabbing at this point. He does spot that there. He's just going to be able to take the villager out, but the villager just dives into that one. Meanwhile, over onto this position, the Valkyrie does spot the position over here, but in the center of the map, Contarius being very, very difficult to take out for the time being. But it does look like AC is able to hold for the time being. The question is, even if AC still holds here, even if he pushes off all the gold mines, there's still the trade angle. This will get another full population army out for Kimo. And this army is so scary. Plus he's on this gold mine and he can dance from this gold mine up to this gold mine, no problems. So now we see over here, Big raids coming through as the villagers getting pushed off of this food. And even on the defense, Kimo can make raids happen with these sky passages. Just showing how good it is to use these in this game. How much utility he gets. He's back into the main base for the time being. Still no crenellations in or ballistics, I think. No ballistics in either for AC. So his buildings are going to be very weak to defend against these raids. And he does have to tap out there. GG. Well played there by Kimo. Solid play to start this series off. It's best of 5. We will see if AC can make it work going into the next one. Take a quick look at this timeline to see the whole story as Kimo does pull away in the end with all those raids. But if it wasn't for the raids, if AC had defended against it, it kind of would have been completely fine here in a big way. But nonetheless, well played by Kimo. We'll move into game number 2 here, ladies and gentlemen, very shortly. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2. Spawning in onto the map. Kurlauga in the left-hand corner of the map. We do indeed have Kimo. As I'm realizing, after all is said and done, my scoreboard is incorrect. So let me get that fixed for you. In the right-hand corner of the map, in the red color playing as Zeus, his name is AC. As we yet again seeing this god coming in and saying, I am the god to play on Kurlauga. Or is it Zeus Lauga? Or is it Hades Lauga? Or is it maybe Norse Lauga? Even though we haven't seen a Norse player on this map just yet. We will have to wait and see here. It's definitely Zeus Lauga. Okay. Or is it Frau Lauga? Exactly. Could be Frau Lauga. Don't underestimate. There's lots and lots of spice on this map, but I feel like, for one reason or another, we're not seeing. I don't want to complain to anyone in particular. The only people I can really complain to is the pro players. Because they're the ones who dictate exactly what they want to play. Or is it Ban Lauga? True. Nonetheless, let's check out the relics and see if anything fun's over here. We've got Kopesh of Horus. That's a big relic. Over here we've got the Scarab Pendant. Onto this position here we've got Black Lotus, boosting that farm gather rate there as well. Oh, there's another relic at the top. Eye of Ornlu. Now, we did see, was it Mr. trying this matchup out against Magic in Qualifier 3 finals. And I do think there's something here for Poseidon. You get access to bronze. The only problem is you don't really get access to Athena hoplites. That's like, I think that's the only problem. So you have to find an answer to hoplites. And I'm here to tell you that the answer to Athena hoplites is Centaur. Funnily enough. So if you can get out enough Centaur, those hoplites, they start looking a little bit silly. And Greek does struggle ever so slightly against them. Especially Zeus. Especially Zeus going for Athena. So we'll see if Kimo's going to go that route. We'll see how things are going to go. The other option, as in the chat we've got Soup saying, go on Ares. I am an Ares sympathizer. I think Ares is absolutely cooked. But nobody likes him because reasons. The reason why I like Ares is twofold. So one is the Phobos' Spear of Panic. Everybody was complaining about slingers getting 1 bonus damage for a while. But there was the hoplite that gets 1 bonus damage from Phobos' Spear of Panic. Where is the outrage, I ask? Well, obviously, that's a melee unit versus a ranged unit, but that's semantics. Semantics, I tell you. Nonetheless, in my own testing of Sarissa versus Phobos' Spear of Panic hoplites, the difference in a 1 versus 1, the Phobos' Spear of Panic hoplite wins. And quite nicely, I might add. But when it comes to the big fight, if you just move into each other, the Sarissa hoplite wins in a really, really big way. Now, if you attack from several different angles with the Phobos' Spear of Panic hoplites, which easier said than done, I know, then all of a sudden the Phobos' Spear of Panic hoplites actually end up winning that fight. So there is some method to the madness. There is also another problem with which you don't have restoration, but that's semantics yet again. I tell you, semantics. As we do see a bolt there onto the center. Getting rid of that one very, very quickly. We do see Hermes. We do see Athena. So no crazy surprises as Kimo is going to be getting himself out a couple of those Hippeas. And double archery range. Also coming down onto this position. Now, in a way, you can kind of go Toxote Hippeas, but we'll see if this is going to work as AC is poking his head through. He's got a lot of the fishing ships out over onto this position. He's got a lot of fishing ships over here as well. Kimo, on the other hand, only has 9. As the Minotaur comes through, going to start getting a big amount of damage done. Kimo pulls back. Oh, is he not using his headbutt? Or does he just not have it? Doesn't matter. Good defense from Kimo. The margins were thin. The thinnest of margins from Kimo. Man, let's just keep all his villagers alive. Meanwhile, up onto this position, Atalanta going to be getting some value onto AC's villagers over here. Does manage to snipe one. That's big. Going to be going for another one here. Sees that low HP villager and says, that one's for me. Yes, please. But even, I mean, how many villagers does he have to really kill here for an advantage? Because AC is so far in front on villagers just from fishing ships. Oh, says, I'm not going to stay here. A couple hoplites are in. Atlanta back in here trying to snipe down a villager. Does get path blocked. Is it enough? No, it's not. Going after another one of those villagers here. AC could turn around and just shank this Atalanta down. Choosing not to do so is Kimo just about time to be packing here though. Is he going to get the villager? Yes, he does. Another villager kill. Another tango down. So if that's... Wait, did he kill 3? I think he got 3 villagers. Another villager down. Kimo is all over AC at this point. Again, not caring about the town center. Going after another villager here. Pulling back. We'll be losing 1 Hippeas for that attempt. But now he's pulling back out. And we see an armory. We see a market. And Kimo's going to be looking to go to the next age. I think Kimo may have found some sort of equilibrium based on how many fishing ships he has, how many villagers killed he's managed to get here. Though the difference in villager count is only 2, so maybe not. 2 villagers is worth about 4 fishing ships at the moment. I think AC is in front by 18 or something. No, he's in front by 6. So do see some more pressure up onto this position as the Toxote is going to be going after some fishing ships up over there as well. Atalanta does end up getting sniped down there as Spirited Charge going to be coming through here for Kimo. He's going to continue to try and get these raids in. As now AC, he is ready to start moving across the map and using his hoplite force here to get something to happen. Kimo on this position, kind of ignoring the trireme to some degree. Not having a fishing ship inside of this dock does mean that the trireme manages to win that fight. Everything else going to be garrisoning away here as into the main base. Do we see any raids? A couple of Hippias coming around onto this side. Still getting the raids up onto this top side over here. Toxotes are being brought back for the time being as the Hippias just waiting in reserve as this dock will end up going down. And that's yet another big, big advantage to start cooking for AC in this game. As Hippias manages to come through, snipes another villager over there. Toxotes moving forward here for Kimo. Very much out of position. He's got to be careful with these ones. It's Kimo now under a lot of pressure. Going to try and get the kiting happening here, but looks like AC is more than happily taking this fight. Manages to snipe another unit over here. Can AC win this one is the big question. Hippias on the front here will be able to tank in a big way as Kimo's kiting continuing through. Looks like the Hippias in the main base has been finished off or retreated away. And Kimo, he's going to continue pushing forward here. He's not gone to that next age just yet. He goes a little bit too far forward, but he does manage to trade equally at the very least, as now continuing his kiting ways here. Snipes another hoplite as the Hippias are in, and Kimo drops ceasefire. Doesn't want to lose any units at this point. He does click up through Aphrodite as we see both Aegis Shield and Sarissa now coming through for those hoplites. Let's take a look at this stat. 28% pierce armor. Just compare that over to the Hippias for a hot second. 40%. It's only 12% less. I say only. That's a fair amount different, but nonetheless. Hippias now charging forward here. Can he get another villager kill? Yes, he can. He can push up to the top. Gets the villager on the farm there as well. Checking out this position as well. These raids are being absolutely brutal here for AC to deal with. But the question is, does it matter in the slightest? Dionysus coming through. Dionysus versus Aphrodite is going to be a very big tester here in this game. No ceasefire remaining. Plus, we've still got restoration here as more villagers on this position here getting sniped down as these spirited charge Hippias are paying for themselves in a really, really big way. Picking off this temple is dangerous business. That's going to be a lot of militia. As there's the heroic age through for Kimo. Still going to be going in with Toxotes. Still going to be going in with those Hippias here. Snipes down another villager. Man, he's just getting so much value with those Hippias. Look at the difference in villager count. Again, I don't know exactly how much it matters, as now AC is going to be having access to what? He's going to be having access to per scene, which makes those fishing ships even more powerful. As the army here for AC comes up and says, I got to deal with this Skylar. I got my own Skylar over here as well. Plus I got the Heracles, so no problems. As the Skylar will be Skylar of the Swamp. Moving forward here. As it looks like Kimo is going majority Toxotes. He's got a little bit of favor in the bank. An interesting unit composition to try here for the Poseidon player at this point is, okay, what's the problem? Well, the problem is that the hoplites get onto the Toxotes. The hoplites can actually kill the Toxotes, so they're not really a counter unit. But if you've got a front line for the Toxotes to kill out the hoplites, it can kind of work. So if you can get out like 2, 3, 4 Nemean Lions, maybe get an upgrade for those Nemean Lions, plus mass Toxotes, that could be enough here. As we see Curse getting dropped down. Bronze coming through here. Can Kimo hold is the big question. There's the restoration as well. A whole bunch of units queued up onto this one. Meanwhile, in the top corner of the map, we are seeing a raid hitting that gold mine there for Kimo. But his home villagers here are going to be getting sniped down as well as Kimo retreating back, still trying to get some good little attacks and pushing into this tiny choke point. Very, very smart here. Villagers getting pulled back, but over onto this position. The villagers turning around, taking a little bit of a shank as well, as he's going to be able to deal with that. Meanwhile, the Hydra, there's no heroes onto that one for the time being, so there will be some sort of defense available here as Kimo misclicks onto some of those Elks onto the back here as the hoplites do manage to get on top of this, and now Kimo needs to start retreating back. He's pushed off of the gold. He's pushed off of a whole bunch of stuff. Now, both players have lost a ton of villagers here. Look at AC's villager count. He has 13 villagers at 14 minutes into the game. As the militia gets sniped down, a couple of heroes now out for Kimo. The bronze is finished. Kimo trying to hold on this position. Up here, all the villagers. Both players have got no real gold income. It looks like 5 villagers on gold versus 0 villagers on gold. But there is the food income. 19 fishing ships or villagers, 20 villagers on food for AC. He's also got a really healthy army. Kimo needs to get units back. He's going for pure archers at this point. He does have the heroes to tank on the front line. Picking off these houses could be a mistake because it's giving more resources in a way over to Kimo just in terms of militia and all the other good stuff that comes there. As now Kimo still has to scoot back here. He does have... I don't know who has the advantage economically speaking at this point. I got no idea. Kimo's also got access... Oh, he doesn't have a temple. He can't make myth units. Imagine Centaur at this point. And now AC's got full map control. He's battered, bruised, but still fighting. His army is gigantic. His fishing ships are plentiful. And while 18 villages over here, you have to add on the 18 fishing ships he's got. So technically speaking, he's at 36 villages. Plus with per scene, they actually kind of function as a villager to some degree. They're like, I would say... Actually, we can tell you exactly what they're like. They're 88 point out of 100 of a villager. There you go. You can do the simplification of that math. I can't. As Kimo retreating back, still trying to hold on with his archer ball for the moment here. Hydra ends up getting sniped down, but there's still a plentiful army remaining for AC. But AC playing it patiently. We see some villagers over onto this gold mine as the Minotaur coming through, and they say, not today, Kimo. As they're going to be taking these villagers out in a big way. Meanwhile, back onto this position, more houses getting cleaned up as the Toxotes are able to sit forward here. But the Peltast are really, really strong. Getting some huge damage done. The Minotaur sends those ones flying there. Still chasing over onto this side. We'll see if that Labyrinth of Minnows tech is going to come through anytime soon here for AC. It looks like it's not. As AC manages to level the series 1-1 with one of the most scrappy games I think I've seen in recent memories in a tournament. How many villages did he get down to? Both players go down to about 30 in the end there. And that's because AC had all the fish and Kimo had all the villager kills. Take a look at the statistics here for villager kills. 36 to 36. It's literally equal in the end. I think if Kimo just retreated away from the bronze, back into his main base, threw all his villagers onto a temple and just made Centaur at that one point, then he would have been able to push back because he was so far in front on villagers. If he just didn't lose them all in that fight, it wouldn't have mattered. And then he could have built Centaur, he could have pushed back out, he would have been fine. But in taking that fight and losing those villages, he lost his economic advantage and he lost the game. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we'll move on to game number 3 here momentarily. Hope you're having a fun time. And we are back in the bottom of the map playing as Set. His name is Kimo in the top side of the map in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is AC. Currently 1-1 as AC has managed to level the series here. Couple of relics on the map. This is Marsh. You got 6 of them, so there's always going to be some fun on this one. Canopic Jar of Imseti there. And this one, we got that adamantine shingles boosting those houses on that spot there. Over here, we got that Staff of Dionysus, plus 0.5 per second on the village regen rate. Down on the bottom here, we do have Armor of Achilles. Really boosting that infantry there. Very, very nice relic. Harmonia's Necklace on this spot. A little bit of a bonus there on the Villager Gold gather rate. And over here, we got Nose of the Sphinx, boosting those building hit points there. So we'll see what Kimo's approach here is going to be to this matchup. Now, we've obviously seen the Mister's approach with Set. We've seen Recon's approach from time to time. We've seen Rappel's approach. We've seen a whole bunch of different approaches. But Kimo is a player who, I mean, he's obviously got his own ideas. He kind of very rarely, I would say, yeah, he very rarely steals strategies, is my kind of guess. He normally goes in with his kind of own stuff, so to speak. So what's he going to go for? Is he going to go for that fast second town center? I know that he really favors like a fast second town center with lots of barracks units and all the other good stuff that come after that. But that does leave you open to a lot of shenanigans on the other side. As we see AC decide to go for fast Vaults of Erebus here. So it's going to have a later advance time. Much, much later advance time. Look at how many villagers are on this temple. AC is like, get me that favor. Actually, it's not that fast. It's not that slow of an advance time. The upgrade comes through. Still more villagers on the favor. And now he pulls them off. Okay. There's so many different ways to do this build order. It's kind of fun, but also, I think the more that I play this, the more that I think this fast Vaults of Erebus build is only really good for one town center gameplay. Just on the fact that you can get it kind of playing with one villager on the temple. The more villagers you put onto the temple, the less efficient, so to speak, it is to get this technology. So if it's super inefficient, like just mathematically speaking, right? And well, a couple of resources here or there really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Most, I would say even the best players are floating resources through a game more often than not. So losing out on 60 resources here or there doesn't really matter. But that being said, ensuring you get a nice second town center up without any pressure, that's really important. So in doing this sort of a build, I think staying one town center makes a lot more sense. But that's just me. And I know that a whole bunch of different people are going to be down my throat saying, no, you're wrong. And I'll be like, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Who knows? Nonetheless, barracks coming up here for Kimo. He's going one town center. Is this a new reformed Kimo? I haven't seen this from him before. Kimo dropping vision down. He's going to be seeing the villagers over here. And we do see a cheeky little archery range. No, it's not reformed. He's going for the shifting sands. We see the Zom coming through. Is the villager going to get taken out? Yes. Tango down.
And Gio?
I haven't seen a shifting sands rush in how long? It's been a long time. A very long time since the shifting sands rush. As the villager's coming back over and Kimo can just sit on this position and cause a lot of problems here. Is he going to get another villager? But Achilles says, okay, enough of this shenanigans. Please vacate the premises. I will stand here and send you packing. Meanwhile, we're now seeing more units coming forward for Kimo. And I think part of this idea from Kimo is he wants to dissuade, in a way, AC from going for a fast second town center. And he wants to take this down the one town center route. But AC, very, very smart. He's going to be charging after the Wadjet. of Kimo here. We'll be able to snipe that one down as more units coming forward. He has the axe and he's got the spearman. But it looks like AC is more than comfortably going to be able to defend here, taking down the animals are set and everything else here. Another Wadjet looking like it's about to get sniped down. Restoration coming through here nice and early for AC in an attempt to deal with all of these animals of set here. As another Wadjet might get caught out as AC can just pull that Achilles off and start chasing down. But also sniping down that Auroch is going to be completely fine as well as Kimo decides to turn around and take the fight. Achilles down to 30 HP here. We'll be able to get sniped down very, very quickly. We are seeing it get retreated back, but it will end up falling as the Ajax gets in on top of the Wadjet there, just about to snipe it as well. Oh, get out of the way, Hippias. You're in the way. Ajax wants to poke it. Okay, Ajax gets to poke it. All right, it's down. Couple more barracks now coming down for Kimo as AC now going after the villagers. We see a lumber camp getting sniped down as Kimo is in a world of pain right now. He's behind on villagers. His Pharaoh wasn't empowering in the early game. His resources are insanely low. AC is double the population. AC can grab a town center at the moment. He can go heroic age at the moment. He can go mass army and just try and match here as I don't even know if Kimo is going to be able to catch up at any time soon here. As the Toxoid is moving up onto this top position, we see the Hippias moving around onto the left side, looking for a little something to hit. Kimo now moving out with his army yet again. Villagers on the bottom side here. Does AC know this? And it seems to me like he does know this. As he's going to be charging forward, spots the villagers on top of this position, and that's going to be even more villager kills. But the revenge raid coming in, getting a couple of Hippias kills. The villagers need to retreat back. Kimo now retreating away. He's already lost one villager, two villagers going down. A third villager on the back here with low HP will end up falling as well. It seems maybe the other one going to go down as well first. On this position, we are seeing AC pulling back nice and quick. He does have the Sentinel here to help defend, plus a couple of units as Kimo needs to pull back. Raiding as the Hippias charging in, taking out another villager on that spot here. As the Hippias pulling back into the main base. Villagers on this spot, sitting, thinking, doing. AC still trying to take these fights over here. He needs to be a little bit careful. He's got the Toxotes on the back, but the Slingers are going to be able to clean them up very, very quickly. Toxotes on the front as well, doing a lot of good damage. The Ajax here to tank as well. Can he hold as some Hippias are going to be charging back here to support? He does have that Sentinel firing from range here. It does so much. Has so much range. 20 range there is going to be able to hit the majority of those units. And now Kimo needs to bail. Differential in villages is sitting very, very high here. And now the Hippias can chase down these units. A couple of reinforcements coming in here to support. But the Hippias should be able to deal with them. If AC can micro it a little bit, looks like he's not going to be going for it though. As the Slingers get a couple more fires onto this position as well. You see a couple more archery ranges getting slapped down, and this is going to end up being a very, very heavy one town center game here, it seems. As Kimo going to move around onto the side looking for some more villagers to kill, but there's still chickens, there's still berries, there's pigs as well in the main base, so plenty of food here. As we see an armory coming through now for AC. Differential in military population slightly favoring Kimo, but he's so far behind on villages that every minute that passes at this moment is advantage AC. So what can Kimo do to convert some sort of an advantage here is the big question. Villagers moving up to the hippos as Kimo did miss that with his spearman raiding force there. Checking out what he scouted. He scouted the entirety of that base now, so he knows exactly what's there. Couple more slingers. There's so many slingers here, actually. The Hippias are through. AC needs to get through onto this one with his own Hippias. Otherwise, the Toxotes, they're going to get absolutely melted here. But it does look like the Spearmen are also getting melted. Though I don't see that many cavalry remaining here for AC. But it's looking like Kimo will need to start retreating back here as well. The heroes, those are the big problems. Now we see a Minotaur coming through, but the Pharaoh is joined up. Nice prediction to some degree there from Kimo. AC throwing away units, and Kimo grabbing a second town center at this point. See if he's going to be able to make that happen, because there's also going to be that heroic age to come through. Part of me wants to see Apollo here for AC. Reason why Apollo seems really, really good is this gold mine, very hard to get to. This gold mine over here, somewhat easy to get to. This gold mine over here, you can kind of send units over here and raid it while you're getting everything else. Plus, Manticore to take down these barracks units seems very, very useful here. But AC a little bit low on the gold for the time being. He's still pumping out Toxotes for the time being as well. Toskapos getting in on the action. Going to get sniped down very quickly as AC kind of not paying attention on that one. Wall's coming down as well. So Kimo going to have to try and fight his way back in a really big way in this position. AC has found such a crazy advantage in this game thus far. A couple of Wadgets pushing forward. Going to be throwing that spit across the army there, but it looks like AC will be losing a Hippias for that one. So now the Wadgets are back. Why did Kimo stop making Wadgets? He's got them back. He's going to be able to have 4 in an instant here. But it should be a heroic age. There it is. Aphrodite coming in. So no Apollo, no Manticore. See a whole bunch of military academies coming down as AC can transition away from these Hippias and go into those Athena hoplites. It's never too late to make that happen. But the big thing right now for Kimo is 2 town centers and a military force in the map, plus those Wadgets. So what AC needs here is he needs to clean this army up and then get some value back somewhere, whether that's going to be Mythic Age, second town center, something like that. As there's the Aegis shield coming in. That's going to be very, very key to helping against those slingers. Even though the slingers don't do a whole lot of damage, they're going to do even less damage against that. So now we're starting to see Scalloped Axe, Medium Axeman coming through as Kimo does manage to predict that Hoplite tech switch. Curse coming through. And now those Wadgets, yet again, going to be able to get sniped down here. Kimo now turning around, looking to take a little bit of a fight over here. AC does have the superior force at the moment and the Nemean Lions in a big way. Great little bunch up on this fight here, but the Nemean Lion with that CC going to be getting some huge amounts of value there. The Achilles coming around, sniping down the Wadgets. All the Wadgets end up falling as Kimo's army numbers are starting to absolutely evaporate here on this front. Heavy archers coming through as well. Sarissa on the back of this with more units starting to come in and get more damage. Another Nemean Lion Roar on the way as the Toxotes charging in here to take these units out. as Kimo's got so much catching up to do at the moment, but he is managing to barely stay alive in this game. It's AC now. Does he have any inkling that there's something going on over here? Looks like he doesn't. He's not checking for it. Could be even more villager kills going the wayside of AC in this game. But he's just now starting to build up this army force. I wouldn't mind seeing some Peltas coming through as well. Sekhmet going to be on the way now for Kimo momentarily here. And AC going to be grabbing his own second town center behind this. Now, finally, we're starting to see some Peltas. Peltas do... I wouldn't say they're hard counter slingers, but they do beat slingers in the kind of resource cost, pop cost. On every single metric, they're beating the slinger. But AC does throw a significant portion of his army away as he's going to be retreating back here. And then be in line on the back there. Does end up getting taken down. Take more villagers out. The villager differential is equal at the moment. So even after Kimo grabs that town center and pulls himself back in, AC has still kept it nice and close. Plus he's got the tech advantage. That's always going to be big. Whole bunch more Peltas starting to come through. Hoplites on the way as well. So there's the heroic gauge through for Kimo, and I guess the question is, can Kimo pull this back from the brink or not? Kimo is a fighter. He's never going to tap out of a game unless you force him to tap out of the game. But those Peltas are looking very, very scary here. As they got the range advantage, 21 range versus 18 at the moment. Plus they've got the actual damage advantage and they've got the HP advantage as well. Ever so slightly, I must say. But also that meat shield now for AC with those Hades Shades is absolutely huge. But good micro from Kimo as always to continue getting some good value from these units here. Ajax pushing forward. Citadel in the main base there. Getting a lot of value there. The Scarab though going to get targeted down by the Chiron. As AC has to pull back yet again. And somehow, some way, Kimo is just holding in this game. He is pure slinger at the moment. Well, he's got a handful of axemen. But AC is sort of refusing to spend his resources. He might be trying to get up to the next age at the moment. Does he have a fortress up somewhere? He doesn't have a fortress. Neither player does. Kimo does. As we see a fortress coming up on this side now for AC. Does Kimo notice this? No, he doesn't see it. Is AC now pushing back in yet again, trying to... I mean, he's taking these fights nicely. The big advantage of playing Hades is having ballistics, so you can kind of just snipe units down aplenty as they're running through. Just see Bone Bow coming through as Kimo wants to transition over into Chariot Archers. No surprises there. But one thing that I think, and this is always a big problem for every single civilization in some way, is getting that favor income. One thing here for Kimo, if you had 2-3 more monuments, you could get a lot more Wadgets out and you would be able to deal with those Peltas in a really, really big way. AC ever so slightly, ever so slowly, ever so marginally getting close to that full population, but he does click up through Artemis. This is going to be a very, very difficult position now for Kimo to be in. Kimo's still pumping units out. He's getting closer and closer to full population. He does have a fairly respectable economy cooking now at this point in the game. He is missing that irrigation technology, which is going to be really, really key for any sort of serious food income. But it's coming through right now. And I guess we'll have to wait and see if he's going to be able to manage to hold on here against this force of Peltast. Kimo now moving out onto the map. He's got a nice amount of meat shield here with the camel riders. But I don't know if it's going to matter. Those Peltasts are looking very, very, very strong. Plus, he's going to have some serious myth unit to use. He's got himself 59 favor in the bank as well. He's going to be grabbing himself that Divine Blood Tech. Super important. But also Golden Apple is going to be coming through momentarily here. As Earthquake into the main base. Does this ever kill off a Citadel Center? Oh, the houses are all going to get absolutely removed. The Citadel Center does end up going down there. As the Peltas are going to be getting some good damage over here. Where's that Chimera as it's going to be moving forward? Looks like the Slinger Peltast fight will be shown in a big way as AC's Peltast army is going to be able to win this one very, very convincingly. As the town center attempting to come up in the center of the map here. Looks like AC misses that, but he's got the fortresses where it matters to some degree as the unit's pushing forward, taking villages down. Over onto this side, the Petropolis on the back, you can be able to clean up that Migdol stronghold there as well. Oh, Chimera. Oh, he could have got some big damage done. Doesn't matter. Kimo here, he's down to 118 of 60 population. And I say this every time because I think it's important. If you lose all your houses to a big god power, the best way to rebuild them is to take 16 villages individually and build one house each. Don't shift click them. Put the effort in. House, 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 house. Right? Put the effort in because it's going to pay you off. Pay you back very, very quickly. In fact, for Egyptian, it's 20 seconds. You can get them all back up. For Greek, it's 15 seconds and you get them all back up. There's a Peltas going to be coming through. Got that Heliopolis pulling back in onto this position here. The town center is going to be getting sniped down as well. As Kimo, he is still fighting in this game. He's going for the Camel Rider Peltas composition to try and beat Divine Damage Peltas here. Look at these bad boys. Town Center now going to come back up for AC here. So he's going to go up to 3 Town Centers. Kimo is in a lot of trouble in this game. Camel Rider's coming over here to snipe down the Heliopolis. Whole bunch of hoplites also to come through to finish off those Camel Riders as well. As it's looking very, very challenging right now for Kimo to find a way back in. AC now asserting his position over onto the left side of the map to clean up this left-hand town center as well. And in that moment, Kimo taps out and AC races, crawls, walks, fights his way to a 2-1 lead over one of the tournament's top place finishes. What a story here, ladies and gentlemen. AC playing out of his mind in this game. Kimo goes for a very, very aggressive, rare early game attack, and it just does not end up giving him the value that he needs. Not at all. Nonetheless, we're going to be moving on to the next series here, or the next game, I should say. It's a best of 5. So Kimo's not out just yet. Even if he loses, he's not out. He's still got that second chance behind him in this group stage. But not out just yet. He's going to have to fight his way back in this one. Stick with me and we'll get the next one going. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving into game number 4 in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Gaia. His name is Kimo. In the right-hand corner of the map, playing as Thor. His name is AC. The map is Ghost Lake. And look at this for AC. He's going for a different build, it looks like. Either that, or he is going for a Scout-a-Rooney first and foremost in search of Scout of goats, and then coming back to drop his armory. One of the two. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But a scary moment right now for Kimo. In a way. He does have a second chance. If he does end up dropping a game in this group stage, he gets to play another one before. Like, you get 2 lives. You do have to win 2 games to promote. So it is possible to get a rematch here as well. So if AC somehow manages to win this game, I'm pulling for him. What could end up happening is AC then goes to play the winner of the other game in his group, whereas Kimo drops to play the loser of the other player in his group. This would help with visualization, but I don't have that sort of technology on my hand right now. Following that, if Kimo won against the loser, he would then play the loser of that other game, which could potentially be AC, so he could get the rematch, which is always very fun and exciting to see. Nonetheless, Gaia versus Thor on Ghost Lake. And we'll see how things are going to go here. Relics on the map. We've got ourselves that Tearfing Angan Tear's sword. Life steal for units plus 10%. Over on this right-hand corner of the map, we've got that Hestia's Hearth. Getting that villager train time bonus as well. On the bottom side of the map, we've got the Hecate's Torch here as well. Love that one. And on the top side of the map here, we do have Gambantine's Odin's Wand. Very big relic here for AC, if you ask me. Wow. AC didn't go for the Dwarven Armory at all here. Question in the chat. Is AC Army Corps? He is not Army Corps of the Legend. No. All right. So, let me walk you through what I think are the big challenges of this matchup while we're waiting for it to come through. I think the big challenge for Gaia is Mithril Breastplate Berserk. If Gaia can deal with that, then Gaia's completely fine here, because she's going to be able to hit Heroic Age with the Thea, with the Dryads, and the Stymphalian Birds, and then she's going to be able to move forward and use Implode, cause a lot of chaos, and potentially get a win on a gold mine, and just send the Thor player very, very far behind. So that's the big difference here. We'll see what AC is going to go for, because this looks very different to anything else that I've seen thus far. See a lot of villagers on wood at the moment at the back there for AC. He might be considering a 5-second town center here. It is a late advance as well, as the Hersa comes through trying to take out that Oracle, but the Caladria is in. That's going to be a defense. And look at this for Kimo. I think Kimo's going for a 5-second town center himself. No. It's a village center. And I thought that would have been absolutely huge the big brain defense. And it's double Great Hall, so he's not even going for that berserk angle. AC, I don't think he's going to know. He's got no scouting. He doesn't know there's a village center coming. It's finally happening. We're seeing the village center in tournament as it was dreamed. How exciting. Now, of course, AC doesn't know what Kimo's going for. Wait, is he just going to... Wait. There is another angle here for AC to go down that we have seen done before. And that angle is mass Herser. You don't really build the Herser necessarily to fight your opponent. You just kind of run around with him and try and harass and all the other good stuff. But you get this technology, Hammer of Thunder, and it boosts the favor generation of those Herser by 100%, which means they're getting 0.02 favor a second. Which means if you've got 5 of them, that's like you've got a monument to the villagers. If you've got 10 of them, that's like you've got a monument to the villagers and a monument to the soldiers. If you've got 15 of them and 20 of them and so on and so forth, the favor income is insane, and then you can build trolls. So we'll have to wait and see, but it's looking right now that Kimo, he's gotten everything that he wants right now. AC doesn't know that he's got a village center. AC has not put any pressure onto him. He's got down a whole bunch of goats in his main base. Armory coming through here as well, as Kimo's looking like he wants to go to the next age. More military barracks getting built up here as the Herso do manage to find themselves an oracle. Also, sniping down animals. This does give favor over to the Herso there. As the Herso going to run through, and now it gets revealed to AC exactly what he's facing. As he sees the village center, but he hasn't spotted the armory yet. That's at the bottom. So he's still not 100% sure that that's coming. But there's no military unit, so you have to be expecting something like that very, very shortly. More military barracks coming up on the back. As you already kind of know, Kimo is going to be going for a huge amount of Contarius moving forward in this game. Let's get that healing spring coming through, and it looks like I was going to... AC's going for Skadi here. AC is going for Skadi here. I thought he was going to go for Bragi all the way. What is Skadi getting? Frost onto the villagers? Honestly, that could be kind of disgusting. If your opponent's got all of their economy in this position, you just kind of walk in and just frost it. That's like basically ancestors, right? There's something there. Hold that strategy. Hold it deep inside of your being. Don't show it to anyone. We're going to save it for the next tournament. All right. Hesperid's Tree comes up. A bunch of farms coming through. But what is the idea? Fast Ragnarok? Whole bunch of Great Halls going to be coming in onto this position. We've got that Lancer Stone. And Kimo is going to be very, very quickly ready here to pump these Contarius out. He does have a little bit of gold left in his main base, but a lot of food. A huge amount of food here. As the Caladra just flying around over here. I mean, wait, with the other idea, we do see a hill fort in the main base. Whole bunch of Herso coming through. excuse me, a whole bunch of Herso coming through. I'm a little bit on the confused side as to exactly what we're seeing here. In a way, is it not feasible for AC to just go... Sorry, for Kimo to just go Mythic Age here as well? The Hill Fort does help him stay alive in his main base, but this is kind of like... I don't even know. I don't know what to think about this. Yes, the gold mine situation is going to be difficult for Kimo to hold, and maybe that's the point. Market coming up now for AC. He's getting closer and closer to this Mythic Age as the Kontarius are going to start moving in here. We already know that Kimo does not particularly care about how much damage a Town Center does, how much damage a Hill Fort does. He's going to come for your villages. So the Herso coming up to the top side of the map, trying to defend. Nice job there. He's got to be careful not to lose anything because he is going straight. Straight for this Balder. There's more Kontarius coming out. And look at this from Kimo. He hasn't even gone for heavy cavalry just yet. He's just like, no, just give me the numbers. And I wonder how well does a Hero of Ragnarok do against the Kontarius? Yes, it's only got 15% hack armor, but it's got 12.2 hack damage per second, and it's got 154 HP. Nonetheless, Kontarius pushing forward over onto this side. The Frost Giants will get a little bit of that freeze in as he sends those packing. A couple of Goaty coming out as AC is doing the only hero challenge. Kind of. He's got a couple of Deuterinos in the back there as the Kontarius running in onto this position yet again. Going to be looking for some villager kills as the villagers here for AC are going to be retreating over onto this position here yet again. Now, I mean, does he have to go for... Does he have to click the Ragnarok straight away? I mean, kinda. You already see a wall up over here. Will Kimo have the resources to get himself palaces and everything else he needs to defend is the big question. The main base is so well defended as well with that building place, and we see a settlement coming up over onto that side as well from Kimo. So Kimo going to be breaking down the main base here. Takes out one of those great halls. As the Frost... Oh, God, my mouse is just playing up on me. As the Frost Giants get a good amount of freeze here, and we do indeed see the Frost getting dropped as... I mean, AC, he kind of just needs to hit that button and go. He's got to get onto both gold mines. He's got to push off the gold. The Fire Giant gets a big amount of damage there. He could just try and surround this army and absolutely end it, first and foremost. 223 population, 175, 222 military population to 92. As this is exactly the idea here for AC the Great. And it looks to me like he does have a surround. And whether or not these units can actually just push out or not, I'm not exactly sure. Heroes of Ragnarok going to be searching down to the bottom side of the map to kill off a whole bunch of stuff there. It's the Fire Giant using that special ability. They're not able to retreat away. And all of these units on the front here for Kimo will end up getting massacred. But Kimo is already basically back up to full population. As a Hero of Ragnarok, do spot some villagers on this gold mine down the bottom. So going to get some good value there. Kimo's simply just going to be retreating back. Kimo's already at nearly 100 villages. Literally, nearly 100 villages. AC is at 1. AC is at 1. And Kimo pulls back into his main base. He's got a palace here. He's got the Arcus here. And he's got a really, really good front line here as well. As the Heroes of Ragnarok moving over onto the left side of the map there to try and take even more stuff down. The Fire Giant coming in here. Goaty will be able to snipe down those Stymphalian birds and the Caladria very, very quickly. As Kimo in this back position, able to defend nicely. But there's a troll there to help out. Does not have anything specific on that one. It's a Caladria. coming in there, or Carnivore, I should say, coming in there to help out. That's going to get taken down immediately as the hero army here of AC trying to break through. He does manage to kill off a lot of the military of Kimo, but Kimo still microing nice. Everyone's in this position. We're still seeing some Hero of Ragnaroks hitting on this spot, trying to take out those citizens. So the citizens turn around and take a fight. They say, no worries there. Let's go. As AC pushes into the main base, but now Fortified Town Centers is in. The palace is over here. Watchtowers help out as well. Arcus in this position here as well. Has more citizens going down, but I don't think it matters in the slightest to Kimo at the moment. 235 favor and a dream here for AC as he has to tap out. And Kimo equalizes the series. We're going to a game number 5. Really, really solid game here from Kimo. I mean, I'm looking at this strategy from AC and I'm like, okay, if you think you're going to go one town center fast Ragnarok, it might work against the one town center play, but against the village center, there's just so much economy there. So I get what he was going for, but once you see that village center, you kind of have to just say, oh, all right, no worries. Let's get our own town center and let's just play a more standard game and try and hold the big all-in coming. Nonetheless, well played by Kimo. We'll move into game number 5 here very, very shortly. See you soon. Oh, I forgot to do this. No, I've been caught out. Oh, I was doing so well on this. We're back. Game 5. It's time. It's time. There's no prisoners to be held here anymore. There's no prisoners to be held here at all. We'll see how things are going to go. As Kimo spawns as Ra. And AC spawns as Isis. Now we move through this game and we're going to start asking some questions here. Does AC have what it takes to take Kimo off of arguably his best god? Kimo plays, from what I've seen, he basically has been playing nothing but Ra and Isis for the past, I don't know how many days. He hasn't really been playing Gaia. He hasn't really been playing Hades. He hasn't really been playing Zeus, Uranus, Kronos. It's just been Ra and Isis. So can he work this one out? The one thing that I know from Kimo is he doesn't go for that one town center shenanigans. Very, very rare for him to go for that. He's going to go for what he knows. Fast second town center. Call it a day. He's moving out onto the map, getting that scouting information. He can move forward and get this town center. Over he can get this town center as well. And I guess the question is, what sort of angle here is AC going to go for? Do you go for a second town center? Do you go for a one town center all in? Do you go for classical fight? Maybe. Probably not. Maybe. No. Do you go for a fast mythic? 2 town center fast mythic. Village center 2 town center fast mythic is not a terrible idea either. The more I say it, the more I think, okay, if it's the case that we lose this matchup in the late game, which I think it is the case. Even though Isis does have more population than Ra, Ra can go through Sekhmet and equalize that, and then go through Osiris and have the stronger Camel Riders. And the Camel Rider are the big unit in this matchup to beat. So if it's the case that you can't really deal with that, then it makes a lot of sense to just say, all right, let's go for the village center. This is a timing attack building. A lot of people don't realize this. The village center, while it is only 1.75 of a town center, it's 0.75 of a town center, you don't have to go on a big walkabout to go to grab it. You can put it straight onto berries, straight onto chickens, straight onto some hunts, straight onto a gold mine. And the villagers that come out are going to be hitting that gold or food much quicker. So it does pay itself off a little bit quicker than the actual town center, but the other town center will give more resources in the long run. So if you're going for a timing attack, then village center all the way. Nonetheless, obelisks all over the place. Let's take a quick look at what... Oh! Never mind. Kimo's doing something different. Kimo's making wadgets. And he keeps the wadget alive. It's got 8 HP. Are you kidding me? All right. Well, I think I've read Kimo like a book here in this series. He has gone for something wonky every single time I've tried to predict everything at this point. He is going to be pushing forward. We see an obelisk coming through here, but Kimo sees the villagers on that food there, and he's going to say, please remove yourself from that food situation and relocate yourself. Okay. Villagers on the front here are also going to get pushed back, and now all of a sudden, AC is in a lot of trouble. He's moving over onto these chickens, but the Wadgets can just push in on the right side, push in on the left side. And they can do anything they like here. Now Kimo going to be pulling off that gold, and now he says it's time for a town center. He's also got 2 monuments to boot. Oop, that's the wrong player. He's got 2 monuments. Look at this. 2 monuments and a dream. And now AC is, well, I mean, he's already going for the one town center play here at the moment. Oh man, we got an amazing comment in the Twitch chat here. I'm not sure how to say your name. Turakar. Can you push them into this valley? Oh, how I wish you could. You might be able to headbutt. Oh man, if you could headbutt units down there, like with the Minotaur, or throw units down there with the Cyclops, that'd be sick. But no, I don't think you can. As the Spearman going to be pushing in here, trying to take out a monument on that position on the back here. Ideas for developers, number 97. So Wadget's now going to be retreating back 2 town centers to 1 town center, but it is going to be a 1 town center all-in of sorts. Second monument now coming down for AC. Now, the one thing that I'm a little bit worried about here now for AC is what sort of all-in is he going for? He's now only just getting the second monument, which means he doesn't have a whole lot of favor banked up. On the forward position here, Villager's going to be dropping that gold in, going to be dropping down to Migdol's stronghold as well. Spearman getting taken out on this spot. We do have that segment coming in on this position here for Kimo. It's the Migdol stronghold on the way for the time being here. Sobek plus Skin of the Rhino coming through for Kimo. No surprises there. He loves that tech. He's like, no worries. I will sacrifice a villager training time here any day of the week. As Kimo, he pulls those Wadgets back into his main base. Now, this is something that we actually saw Mr. doing. It's very, very effective to deal with that Ancestor's Eclipse, or at least limiting where that's going to go. As AC's got a lot of gold in the bank, and not really a lot of places to spend it. He does spot the villagers on this position here, but he's moving towards the town center to spot exactly what's happening on that location. Chariot Archer is going to start getting some shots off here, but they do not have ballistics just yet, and the Scorpion Man kind of misses that special attack on the big ball of units, but he will get one villager kill, it looks like, as Kimo gets away, no problems. Meanwhile, into the center of the map here, we are seeing Kimo trying to get some kills here. He does manage to snipe a priest on that spot there. It's now Kimo into the heroic age, dropping a mining camp down, putting a McDoss stronghold over here. Priest getting involved over here as the Scorpion Man does get a big amount of damage done. That Wadget, those Wadgets there can really eliminate this threat very, very quickly as the Priest trying to take out the Wadgets on this position. But they are, you know what? They're actually somewhat tanky. I'm going to go ahead and say it. These bad boys have got a lot of HP. They got a lot of HP sitting there. Those Priests are feeling very, very sorry trying to take them out at the moment. You know, they got 5x bonus, but it didn't look like they were doing a whole lot of damage there. Not going to lie. The Priests have got that lizard skin. Over on this side, got that Migdal Stronghold coming up. Another one coming down over here as well. And we've already got Thoth on the way for AC. So the strategy is clear. The all-in is incoming. And will Kimo be able to hold here or not is the big question. He's already making out Camel Riders. AC, on the other hand, still with a lot of villagers on wood, kind of indicating he wants to go in onto Chariot Archers here. Which, I mean, if you can get out a full boatload of Chariot Archers, can be somewhat of an answer to the Camel Riders, but he doesn't have Bone Bow. He doesn't have ballistics just yet. So he's got a lot of upgrades he really needs to get going at this point as... Oh, Migdal Stronghold coming up. We see the Locust coming down. AC does react, but he has to move forward onto this side. Priest going to try and get that heal in onto this one. The Priest going after the Wadgets on the back line here. Finally starting to get some serious damage done as they do get out of position there. Then on the retreat path, he gets back. Another siege works coming up onto the front here. Great little play from AC, but behind all of this, he doesn't have himself Levy. He doesn't have himself any sort of upgrades for his Chariot Archers. And Kimo's Camel Riders are going to be scary. He's got that Dark Waters technology as well. So they're a little bit stronger than you might expect them to be as well. As he pushes forward, he's just going to be taking units out in a real big way. Scorpion Man going to be a big help on this fight. But a couple of Priests plus the Wadget and Patsukos here are going to be very, very useful on the back end. As the Camel Riders pulling through onto this position, going to be able to take out the vast majority of those Chariot Archers as well into the main base. We see a Chariot going, and it's going to be a big meteor here, I'm sure. It's a big meteor coming in onto this position. Kimo going to be garrisoning away there as the house is getting cleaned up on this spot. More houses going down, more buildings going down as well. As the town center now down to 152 HP, but will be able to survive. But the onslaught here from Kimo is very, very strong. Pharaoh going to get sniped down onto this position as well. Chariot Archers on the back here, getting cleaned up. As there goes that Phoenix, and AC says, well, my Priest, my Pharaoh is dead. My Valley of the Kings is useless, and the game is done. I didn't even kill off a town center with the meteor. Oh dear. Well, looks like Kimo manages to survive this one with some solid Ra play. I love the early Wadjet and the Spearman. It's very, very strong. I'm glad that he's going for that sort of an opening here, but I do think that maybe if AC is just kind of scouts it out, you get all the obelisks so you can see what your opponent's doing. Try and see inside your opponent's base. When you see the villagers on wood, you know what's coming to some degree, and then you can just drop the village center, and then you're in a good spot. Even over here, put a wall up, village center on this, village center on the chickens, put a wall somewhere, and you're all good to go. But well played there by Kimo. He's going to be going on to the winners side there for his group. He has to win another game to get into the quarterfinals here, but we'll be moving on to another series now, and we'll see you on that one very shortly.